it is 9 p.m. in RTD. It's time to English New Edition. For tonight headlines, we have the President of the Republic congratulates his Chinese counterpart Xi Jinping. For the international scene, more than 2,500 migrants dead or missing in the Mediterranean Sea in 2023. Welcome to our newsroom. The message of congratulations from the President of the Republic to his Chinese counterpart on the occasions of the Chinese National Day. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, expressed his warm congratulations and best wishes for success to his counterpart Xi Jinping. The people and government of Djibouti join me in expressing their sympathy to the friendly nation of China, wrote President Guelleh in the congratulatory telegram sent to Xi Jinping. He then used the message to pay a vibrant tribute to China, which he described as a successful model of development. We are delighted by the privileged ties of exchange, solidarity, and cooperation we share with China. The head of state also noted in his telegram, he reiterated the determinations of the Republic of Djibouti to always work to preserve and promote the strategic and win-win partnerships underway between our two countries in almost all sectors of activity. The Arta Geophysical Observatory, directed by Mr. Saad Ibrahim, recorded a mid-earthquake of magnitude 4.3 on the Richter scale of Saturday, September 13, 2023, at 9 hours 29 minutes local time in the Gulf of Tajora, and identified as tectonic in nature. The epicenter was located 18 kilometers north of Djibouti City at a depth of 8.0 kilometers, giving a hypocentral distance of around 18.5 kilometers. Macroseismic intensity in the areas closest to the epicenter was 4 and 5, widely felt in the areas closest to the epicenter. Last evening, September 29, two new earthquakes were felt this evening. The first aftershock with a magnitude of 3.7 was felt at 10 hours 31 p.m. By the second at 11 hours 29 p.m. with a magnitude of 4.0, according to information received from the Arta Geophysical Observatory. The epicenter is located in the Gulf of Tajora near the Musha Island since yesterday, when the first tremor struck. More than 10 other tremors of varying magnitude have been recorded. Also, several earthquakes have occurred in Djibouti since last Thursday. Fortunately, these tremors have so far caused no loss of lives or property, thanks to the Almighty God. In turn, the relevant authorities, in particular the Arta Geophysical Observatory, are closely monitoring the situation to provide us with all the information relating to the earthquake. As part of our coverage of the aftershocks, a team from the National Radio Television RTD is gathering feedback from the residents of Djibouti City who are going about their daily lives as usual. They confirmed that they were following national radio television to get the correct information, stressing that thanks to God the situation is stable and that the successive earthquakes have not resulted in any loss of lives or property. And we have a statement from the MENFOP, dear parents, students, and educational staff. Due to the recent earthquake in Djibouti, and in order to prevent any risks to the safety of our students and school staff, the Ministry of National Education and Vocational Training has taken the decision to close all public and private schools, as well as vocational training centers, on Sunday, October 1st and Monday, October 2, 2023. This decision is intended to ensure the safety of all, especially our students. We will keep you informed of any further development and additional measures that may be taken. We thank all parents and students and educational staff for their understanding and cooperation during this period, stay safe and follow the instructions given by the authorities in the event of earthquake or other seismic event. For his part, the president of the University of Djibouti, Dr. Jama Mohammed Hassan, announced that the university would be closed tomorrow, Sunday, in view of the repeated earthquakes that have hit Djibouti since September 28. The decision was also taken to ensure the safety of students at the University of Djibouti. A memorandum of understanding on the creation of a favorable framework for the development of cooperation actions between the Ministry of Health of the Kingdom of Morocco and the Republic of Djibouti was signed on Friday, September 29 in Marrakesh, initiated by the Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Rabi Abdillah, and his counterpart, the Minister of Health and Social Protection, Khalid Aid Talib. This MOU aims to establish strong, lasting relations between the various components of the two countries' health system is driven by a spirit of South-South cooperation. These relations aims to develop research expertise and training activity designated to strengthen the healthcare systems of both countries and to offer students, managers, teachers, and researchers continuing education and skills development. In a statement to the press, Mr. Aid Talib said that the signing of this MOU has consolidated the enriches to ongoing partnership between Morocco and Djibouti, particularly in terms of healthcare structures and training. This training is also aims to promote the operationalization of this partnership, scheduled to come into the effect in October, he noted. For his part, the Djibouti Minister of Health, Dr. Ahmed Rabi Abdillah, emphasized that the aim of his visit was to sign collaborations between the Ministry of Health. The Memorandum of Understanding provides the twinning of the University Hospital Center CHE of Rabat and Djibouti through a technical partnership for the training of doctors, specialists, and paramedics, as well as exchanges of experience between Moroccan experts and their Djiboutian partners, he added. IGAD ministers responsible for youth held their first conference on September 27, 2023 in Nairobi, Kenya, under the chairmanship of Dr. Hiba Mumin Al-Sowe, Minister of Youth and Cultures of the Republic of Djibouti and President of the Council, Ms. Asli Muhammad Hussein, Technical Advisor to the Cabinet of the Ministries of Youth and Culture, Mr. Ismail Usman Ahmed, Director of Youth and Economic Integration, took part in the work of the technical experts, which was held on September 25 and 26, 2023. The meeting was attended by Honorable Ababu Namwamba, Cabinet Secretary, Minister of Youth, Sports and Arts of the Republic of Kenya, Muhammad Barre Mahmoud, the Minister of Youth and Sport of the Republic of Somalia, and Honorable Abilno Boldio Bol, Minister of Youth and Sports of the Republic of South Sudan, and Honorable Sarah Mateke and Yira Bashiti, Minister of Youth and Children of the Republic of Uganda. For her part, the Minister of Youth and Culture, Hiba Mumin Al-Sowe, expressed her satisfaction at the holding of the first conference on youth, which brought together the Minister of Youth and Sports of the IGAD region, is expressing at the same time her thanks and appreciation to the President of the Republic and Chairman of IGAD for his effort to promote youth. She noted that the conference, which took place under her presidency, adopted by the IGAD Youth Policy Framework following fruitful discussions, expressing her hope that the goals and aspirations of young people would be realized, particularly in areas related to education, health, as well as employment and housing. On Tuesday, September 25, 2023, the support for market gardening and further protection is to generate income for 60 women in Kalaf, project led by the GFSP associations and the development of economic resilience rural activities based on the preservation of natural resources project led by the Paris Association were officially launched by the Prefect of Tajura, Muhammad Abbas, and the President of the Tajura Regional Council, Omar Hussein, in the conference room of the Tajura Regional Council. This initiative is part of the participation of civil society in governance and local development in Djibouti project implemented by the international associations of the mayor, Francophone mayors, with the funding from the European Union. The launch ceremony was attended by the President of Tajura Regional Council, Omar Hussein, and the Permanent Secretary of the INCLD, Mr. Ali Rufa Aden, and the International Technical Assistant and Coordinator of the IMF project, Mr. Flavia Sasse, the local project managers teams, and the head of the concentrated technical services local associations and representative of the beneficiary. The Association for the Promotion of Agro-Silvopastoralism and Inclusive Resilience Paris, the aim of this association is to increase the resilience of the population and combat rural exodus in the face of climate change. In response to the devastating bad weather that hit the town of Yoboki, the Ministry of Social Affairs Solidarity is continuing its actions to help the families affected as part of the ongoing response to the bad weather. Mass mobilized emergency aid in collaboration with the United Nations system. This initiative resulted in the delivery by the International Organization for Migrations of 100 tents of 79 families who lost their homes during the bad weather. The Director of Social Affairs, Mr. Mohamed Awali Miguel, accompanied by the United Nations Resident Coordinator Jose Barahona, visited Yoboki on Friday, March 28, to supervise this additional aid. This move demonstrates the government's ongoing commitment to the affected population and represents a further step toward the recovery of the town of Yoboki. Under the patronage of the Prefect of the Ali Sabih region, Abdul Malik Mohammed Banoita, Ali Sabih was the scene of an event of vital importance for local development and the empowerment of the region associations on September 28 and 29, 2023. The conference room of the Regional Council hosted a training workshop in associative governance and local development project management. The training was especially designated to benefit 5 local association members of the forum of the associations of and non-governmental organizations and the Association for Fight Against Poverty and Illiteracy of the HPO. It is part of the implementation of the project to structure and strengthen the technical capacity of Djibouti in the areas of advocacy, communication, and partnership in the sector of water, sanitation, and food security. This initiative was made possible thanks to the combined efforts of the NGO PLA Eureka consortiums within the framework of the MEFIS PASOC program and was financed by the European Union. For his part, the Prefect of Ali Sabih region, Abdul Malik Mohammed Banoita, said that their expertise has made this training a resounding success. Thanks to this initiative, local associations are now better prepared to make a significant contribution to the well-being of their communities and the achievement of sustainable development goals. This training marks an important step towards a prosperous future for Ali Sabih and its inhabitants. As part of the fight against cat smuggling in Ali Sabih Customs Brigade and the Mobile Customs Brigade, in close collaboration with the region's National Police Detachment, intercept a large consignment of smuggled cat. The merchandise seized on this occasion is consisted of 18 cat, whose total weight was estimated at 2,500 kilograms of cat. The smugglers wanted to transport a large quantity to the city. In accordance with the standards procedures, this quantity was destroyed on the spot by the Customs Brigade in the presence of the head of the Ali Sabih Customs Brigade, Muhammad Mumin Hassan. Smuggling is a scourge that undermined our nation's economic development, so it is to every citizen to join the fight to put an end to this illicit trade. And to close up the national news, Coach Khadra's training session is for the U20 women's Morocco 25 qualifiers is intense and varied. It generally includes physical training sessions to improve fitness, technical exercises to hone individual skills, and tactical sessions to strengthen the cohesion of the national U20 women's team, which will take on its U20 counterpart from Tanzania on October 8 in Dar es Salaam. Players are also required to follow a balanced diet and recovery plan to stay at their best. Mental preparation is also essential to cope with the pressures of the competition. All in all, the preparations of the U20 women's team is a total commitment on the part of the players and the coaching staff. On this occasion, we had the reactions of the coach Khadra U20. For the international scene, United Nations, more than 2,500 migrants dead or missing in the Mediterranean in the 2023. The number of the migrants who died or went missing while attempting to cross the Mediterranean this summer was 3 times higher than at the same time last year. The UN announced that on Friday, between June and August, at least 990 people died or went missing on the dangerous central Mediterranean route between North Africa and Europe, compared with the 334 deaths in the same month in 2022, said UNICEF and UN Children's Agency. And to close up this edition, South Africa, Cape Town continues to clean up after flooding. Cleanup operations are well underway in Cape Town after days of heavy rains caused flooding in various parts of the city, including informal settlement. 8 people were reportedly killed, including 4 children, by electrocutions in 2 separate events. Following days of heavy rains, hundreds of houses were flooded, and families were doing their best to salvage what was left after the water rushed into their homes. On Monday, the water came rushing. It was outside my doors further down. We took photos of the water coming from below within 10 minutes. The water was pouring in. There was nothing we could do. We just had to pack. There was nothing we could do because the water was so strong, explained Shiham Bashir's. Storms caused by cold front are common in the Cape regions and the Western Cape province. Nobody really believed it because here it's like 8 steps up. And this is it for the news. Thanks for watching us. Have a good evening.